Breakfast plays a critical role in maintaining energy, metabolic balance, and overall health, especially after the age of 60. However, certain commonly consumed breakfast foods may contribute to inflammation, poor blood sugar control, and accelerated aging when eaten regularly. In this video, we'll examine 4 specific breakfast items that may negatively affect senior health and explain why they should be limited or avoided. We'll also provide 4 healthier alternatives that support cardiovascular function, digestion, and muscle maintenance based on current nutritional research and age-specific dietary guidelines. Processed meats and preserved breakfast proteins. Processed meats, including bacon, sausages, ham, and cold cuts, are commonly found in Western-style breakfasts. While they are widely accepted for their flavor and convenience, these products pose multiple health risks, particularly for older adults. The primary concerns involve their high levels of saturated fat, sodium, and chemical preservatives such as nitrates and nitrites. According to the World Health Organization (WHO) 2015, processed meats have been classified as Group 1 carcinogens, meaning there is strong evidence linking them to increased cancer risk, particularly colorectal cancer. Additionally, a large meta-analysis published in Circulation Micha et al. 2010 found that consumption of processed meat was associated with a 42% increased risk of coronary heart disease and a 19% increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Older adults are especially susceptible to the adverse effects of these components due to age-related changes in vascular elasticity, kidney filtration, and metabolic processing. For example, just 2 strips of bacon can contain more than 400 milligrams of sodium. The American Heart Association recommends limiting sodium intake to no more than 1/500 milligrams per day for individuals with hypertension, which is common in the senior population. Regular consumption of processed meats can easily exceed this threshold, contributing to elevated blood pressure and increased fluid retention. Nitrates and nitrites, used to preserve color and prevent bacterial growth, may also form nitrosamines in the body compounds associated with oxidative stress and cellular damage. Over time, this process may exacerbate inflammation and increase the risk of neurodegenerative conditions such as Alzheimer's disease. A 2020 study published in Nutrients found a correlation between high intake of nitrate-rich processed meats and cognitive decline in older adults. In addition to cardiovascular and neurological implications, processed meats have also been linked to impaired renal function. Seniors with decreased glomerular filtration rates, GFR, may struggle to process excess sodium and protein byproducts efficiently, further burdening the kidneys. Substituting processed meats with healthier protein options, such as boiled eggs, tofu, unsweetened Greek yogurt, or nut butter, can significantly reduce these risks. These alternatives provide essential amino acids, healthy fats, and micronutrients without the inflammatory and carcinogenic compounds present in processed meats. In a clinical context, such dietary changes have shown measurable benefits. For example, reducing sodium intake alone has been linked to a 5-6 mmHg decrease in systolic blood pressure among older adults. According to the Systolic Blood Pressure Intervention Trial, SPRINT, 2015, combined with the removal of nitrates and saturated fats, these changes can help stabilize cardiovascular markers, reduce inflammation, and support better long-term health outcomes. In summary, while processed meats may be a breakfast staple for many, the evidence supporting their negative impact on aging bodies is substantial. For seniors aiming to protect their heart, brain, and kidneys, minimizing or eliminating these items from their morning meals is a highly recommended dietary adjustment. Refined carbohydrates and white bread, Refined carbohydrates, including white bread, pastries, and breakfast rolls, are highly processed grains that have been stripped of their bran, germ, and most of their fiber content. While these foods are convenient and widely available, they provide limited nutritional value and may contribute to several chronic health conditions when consumed regularly, especially in older adults. Refined carbs are rapidly digested, leading to sharp increases in blood glucose and insulin levels. This glycemic volatility can result in energy fluctuations, increased hunger, and impaired metabolic control. For seniors, who often have reduced insulin sensitivity and a slower metabolic rate, these effects can be particularly harmful. According to a meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, Hu et al., 2012, high intake of high glycemic index carbohydrates was associated with a 27% increased risk of type 2 diabetes. In addition to blood sugar concerns, diets rich in refined carbohydrates are often low in dietary fiber, which is essential for healthy digestion, cholesterol regulation, and glycemic control. The National Institute on Aging recommends that older adults consume at least 21 to 30 grams of fiber daily. Yet many fall short due to a diet dominated by white bread and other low-fiber foods. Chronic fiber deficiency is associated with constipation, diverticulosis, and increased cardiovascular risk. White bread also tends to have a high sodium content, which, when combined with low potassium intake, a common issue in older adults, can further elevate blood pressure. A 2019 study published in Nutrients confirmed that higher consumption of refined grains was associated with increased risk of hypertension and obesity among adults over 60. Beyond metabolic and cardiovascular implications, diets high in refined carbohydrates have been associated with cognitive decline. A 2015 study in the Journal of Gerontology observed that individuals over age 65 who consumed higher levels of refined grains experienced a greater decline in executive function and memory over a 5-year period, compared to those consuming primarily whole grains. To reduce these risks, it is advisable for seniors to replace refined carbohydrates with whole grain alternatives that retain their natural fiber and nutrient profile. Examples include whole grain bread, steel-cut oats, brown rice, barley, and quinoa. These foods digest more slowly, produce a smaller glycemic response, and help maintain satiety throughout the morning. A controlled trial published in the British Journal of Nutrition 2020 found that older adults who replaced refined grains with whole grains for 12 weeks saw improvements in insulin sensitivity, waist circumference, and fasting triglyceride levels, markers associated with reduced risk for cardiovascular disease and metabolic syndrome. For practical implementation, switching from white bread to 100% whole wheat or sprouted grain bread is a simple first step. Incorporating oatmeal or a high-fiber cereal with no added sugar into the morning routine can also contribute meaningfully to daily fiber intake. In conclusion, while refined carbohydrates are often viewed as harmless or traditional breakfast staples, their repeated consumption can contribute to a cycle of blood sugar instability, inflammation, and nutrient deficiency. For older adults, prioritizing whole grains and fiber-rich options at breakfast is a foundational change that supports stable energy, better digestion, and long-term metabolic health. Flavored yogurts and sugary cereals. Many seniors choose yogurt and cereal as convenient, seemingly healthy breakfast options. However, flavored yogurts and sweetened breakfast cereals often contain high levels of added sugars, artificial flavorings, and low dietary fiber factors that may negatively affect senior health, especially when consumed frequently. Commercial flavored yogurts can contain between 12 to 20 grams of added sugar per serving. Similarly, many boxed cereals marketed as heart-healthy or whole grain contain more than 10 grams of sugar per serving and often list sugar among the first 3 ingredients. This level of sugar intake can quickly exceed the American Heart Association's recommendation of no more than 25 grams of added sugar per day for women and 36 grams for men, limits that may be even lower for older adults with diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance. High sugar intake early in the day can lead to rapid increases in blood glucose, followed by sharp declines, often resulting in fatigue, irritability, and increased appetite later in the day. Over time, this pattern contributes to poor glycemic control, weight gain, and increased risk of type 2 diabetes. A cohort study published in Diabetologia 2013 involving over 26,000 individuals found that regular consumption of sugary breakfast cereals was significantly associated with higher fasting glucose levels and increased diabetes risk. For older adults, the consequences of elevated sugar intake extend beyond blood sugar. Excess sugar contributes to systemic inflammation, which plays a role in the development of arthritis, cognitive decline, and cardiovascular disease. A review in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition 2018 linked high sugar diets to increased markers of inflammation, including C-reactive protein CRP and interleukin-6 IL-6, which are often elevated in aging populations. Furthermore, sugary yogurts and cereals tend to lack sufficient dietary fiber, which is essential for digestive health and regular bowel function. A low-fiber breakfast may worsen constipation, a common issue among seniors. Many of these products are also low in protein, leading to reduced satiety and insufficient support for muscle maintenance, an important consideration for preserving mobility and function in older age. A better alternative to flavored yogurts is plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is high in protein, often double that of regular yogurt, low in sugar, and a good source of calcium and probiotics, which support bone and gut health. Seniors can enhance the flavor naturally by adding sliced fruit, cinnamon, or a small portion of chopped nuts, all of which offer additional nutrients and fiber without added sugars. When choosing a breakfast cereal, older adults should opt for options that contain at least 4 grams of fiber and less than 5 grams of added sugar per serving. Suitable choices include plain oatmeal, bran cereals, or muesli made without added sweeteners. These alternatives provide complex carbohydrates that digest more slowly, promoting stable blood glucose levels and sustained energy. Clinical trials support these changes. For instance, a 2017 study in Nutrients found that older adults who consumed a high-fiber, low-sugar breakfast had improved satiety, better glycemic control, and reduced levels of inflammatory markers compared to those who consumed a high-sugar breakfast. In summary, although sweetened yogurts and cereals may seem like convenient and healthy choices, their high sugar content and low fiber make them unsuitable for regular consumption by seniors. By replacing these products with unsweetened, protein, and fiber-rich alternatives, older adults can better manage blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and support long-term health and cognitive function. Fried foods and high-temperature cooking. Fried foods including items such as fried eggs, hash browns, breakfast potatoes, and deep-fried pastries are common in many traditional breakfasts. However, the high temperatures used in frying led to the formation of harmful compounds that can negatively affect multiple aspects of health, particularly in older adults. One of the primary concerns with fried foods is the production of advanced glycation end products ages. These compounds are formed when proteins or fats combine with sugars during high-temperature cooking methods like frying, grilling, or broiling. Ages promote oxidative stress and systemic inflammation, both of which contribute to age-related diseases such as cardiovascular disease, chronic kidney disease, and cognitive decline. A study published in Diabetes Care Uribari et al. 2007 showed that individuals who consumed a high-age diet had significantly higher levels of C-reactive protein (CRP), a key biomarker of inflammation. Notably, older adults had a reduced ability to clear ages from their bodies due to age-related declines in kidney function, making the accumulation of these compounds particularly concerning in the aging population. Fried foods also typically contain high levels of unhealthy fats, especially when fried in oils that are rich in trans fats or reused multiple times. These fats raise levels of low-density lipoprotein, LDL cholesterol, while reducing high-density lipoprotein, HDL cholesterol, leading to increased risk of atherosclerosis and ischemic heart disease. In a prospective cohort study from BMJ 2019, women who consumed fried foods more than once a week had a significantly higher risk of heart-related mortality, even after adjusting for other dietary and lifestyle factors. Furthermore, high-temperature cooking may increase exposure to potentially carcinogenic substances, such as acrylamide, which is found in fried starchy foods like hash browns or fried bread. The U.S. National Toxicology Program has listed acrylamide as a probable human carcinogen, with long-term exposure potentially contributing to cancer development. Aside from the chemical risks, fried foods are calorie-dense and low in fiber, often leading to overconsumption and poor satiety. For seniors, this can promote unintentional weight gain or contribute to obesity-related complications, such as insulin resistance, joint stress, and increased risk of falls due to reduced mobility. Healthier cooking methods, such as steaming, poaching, baking at low temperatures, or boiling, can dramatically reduce age formation and the overall fat load of a meal. For example, poached or boiled eggs provide the same protein benefits as fried eggs without the added saturated fat or oxidation byproducts. A bowl of steamed vegetables paired with whole grain toast and a soft-boiled egg can offer similar satisfaction while preserving nutrient quality and reducing inflammatory impact. Additionally, choosing cooking oils with a higher smoke point and a healthier fat profile, such as extra virgin olive oil, can help reduce the production of harmful oxidation products during light sautéing. However, these should still be used sparingly, particularly for individuals managing cardiovascular or kidney-related conditions. A randomized trial published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging 2020, found that older adults who replaced fried breakfast items with boiled or steamed equivalents over an 8-week period experienced significant reductions in inflammatory markers and improved arterial stiffness. In conclusion, while fried foods may be appealing for flavor and texture, their impact on inflammation, vascular health, and metabolic stability makes them a poor choice for regular consumption among seniors. Shifting to lower temperature, nutrient-preserving cooking techniques can help support longevity, reduce disease risk, and improve overall well-being in older populations. Recommended alternatives for better morning nutrition. Improving breakfast quality does not require a complex or restrictive diet. For older adults, replacing harmful or nutrient-poor breakfast items with simple, evidence-based alternatives can lead to better metabolic health, improved energy stability, and a reduction in chronic disease risk. The key is to prioritize nutrient density, glycemic control, digestibility, and anti-inflammatory potential, all of which are essential as the body ages and physiological resilience declines. Below are 4 well-supported breakfast alternatives designed to promote cardiovascular health, preserve muscle mass, support cognitive function, and enhance digestive comfort for adults over 61. Oatmeal with chia seeds and fresh berries. Plain oats, particularly steel-cut or rolled oats, are rich in beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber that helps lower LDL cholesterol, improve satiety, and regulate blood sugar. When combined with chia seeds, an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids, plant protein, and additional fiber, the meal becomes both heart and brain supportive. Adding berries such as blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries provides antioxidants like anthocyanins that help reduce oxidative stress, which is known to contribute to age-related cognitive decline. A 2017 randomized controlled trial published in Nutrients demonstrated that daily consumption of oats significantly reduced total cholesterol and fasting blood glucose levels in adults over 65 compared to a control group eating refined breakfast grains. Preparation tip for convenience. Overnight oats can be prepared by soaking oats and chia seeds in low-fat milk or a plant-based alternative, topped with berries and a dash of cinnamon. 2. Whole grain toast with avocado and boiled egg. Whole grain bread provides complex carbohydrates and dietary fiber, supporting gut health and stable blood sugar levels. Avocado is a rich source of monounsaturated fats, potassium, and vitamin E, all beneficial for maintaining vascular function and cellular repair. Boiled or poached eggs contribute high-quality, bioavailable protein and choline, a nutrient vital for brain function and liver health. In a 2018 study published in the Journal of Nutrition, choline intake was positively associated with improved cognitive performance in older adults. Additionally, monounsaturated fats have been linked to improved lipid profiles and decreased risk of cardiovascular events. Preparation tip: choose bread labeled 100% whole grain or sprouted grain with at least 3 grams of fiber per slice. Combine with avocado and 1 boiled egg for a balanced, satiating breakfast. 3. Unsweetened Greek yogurt with walnuts and cinnamon. Greek yogurt offers more than twice the protein of regular yogurt, along with calcium and probiotics that support both musculoskeletal and gut health. Choosing unsweetened varieties avoids excess added sugars, while walnuts provide plant-based omega-3s, alpha-linolenic acid, and anti-inflammatory compounds. A small sprinkle of cinnamon adds flavor and may help improve insulin sensitivity. A clinical trial published in Appetite 2020 found that older adults who consumed a high-protein, low-sugar breakfast, including Greek yogurt, experienced improved muscle protein synthesis and reported higher satiety compared to those eating refined carbohydrate-based breakfasts. Preparation tip: use plain Greek yogurt, 2% fat preferred for satiety. Add 1 tablespoon of chopped walnuts and a light sprinkle of ground cinnamon. Optionally, a few slices of banana or apple can be added for natural sweetness. 4. Green smoothie with leafy greens, banana, almond milk, and plant-based protein. A blended breakfast smoothie offers an easy-to-digest, nutrient-rich option for seniors with chewing or appetite concerns. Leafy greens like spinach provide vitamin K, folate, and magnesium, all critical for bone and vascular health. Bananas offer natural carbohydrates and potassium to support heart rhythm and muscle function. Unsweetened almond milk provides a dairy-free calcium source, and adding a scoop of plant-based protein powder helps meet daily protein needs, particularly important for preventing sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. A study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience 2021 reported that older adults consuming higher amounts of leafy greens had slower rates of cognitive decline over a 10-year follow-up period. Furthermore, higher protein intake is directly associated with improved mobility, independence, and fall prevention in adults over 70, according to data from the Health ABC Study 2019. Preparation tip: blend 1 cup spinach, banana, 1 cup unsweetened almond milk, and the 1 scoop 15 to 20 grams of unsweetened plant-based protein powder. Optional additions include flaxseed or berries. These breakfast options are designed not only for nutrient adequacy, but also for simplicity, ease of preparation, and palatability. By building meals around whole foods such as oats, eggs, yogurt, leafy greens, and healthy fats, older adults can better meet their evolving nutritional needs, reduce inflammation, support metabolic health, and preserve functional capacity with age. Making informed breakfast choices becomes increasingly important with age, as the body's ability to regulate blood sugar, absorb nutrients, and manage inflammation naturally declines. As we've discussed, regularly consuming processed meats, refined carbohydrates, sugary breakfast products, and fried foods can contribute to the development or progression of chronic health conditions, particularly cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and cognitive decline. By contrast, selecting nutrient-dense, minimally processed alternatives such as oatmeal, whole grains, unsweetened Greek yogurt, boiled eggs, and leafy greens can significantly enhance morning nutrition. These options provide essential fiber, healthy fats, high-quality protein, and antioxidants supporting blood glucose stability, digestive health, muscle preservation, and brain function. For older adults, small changes in the first meal of the day can create meaningful improvements in long-term well-being. Starting with a simple substitution, such as replacing white bread with whole grain toast or flavored yogurt with plain Greek yogurt, is a manageable and effective first step. If you found this information helpful, we encourage you to like this video, subscribe to Radiant Health 60, and turn on notifications to stay updated with our weekly health guidance tailored for seniors. You're also welcome to leave a comment below with your current breakfast routine or any questions you'd like us to answer in future videos. Supporting your health begins with informed daily decisions, and breakfast is a powerful place to start.